I'm just here eating my
Uh,
popcorn with chopsticks.
yes. Thank you. That'd be the good
So,
first thing
wait, you're
the
eating
audience hears.
popcorn
Yes.
with chopsticks?
Yeah, I don't
That's
want to get my fingers
Yeah.
buttery.
Yep. People can hear us now.
Uh, do you want to do the scene without Mage, or should we wait for a Finn?
Um,
He'll join us.
Up to you. Up to you.
we could do it without him.
I don't know
I,
what you have planned there.
I'm sure we can guesstimate what fancy pants, smart, big boy, big brain Finn can say.
Will we describe it again?
Finn,
Wrong. That's all I
dummy,
had to say about that. Wrong.
dummy, thick, big brain Finn. I don't know,
Okay, sure.
but
Well, as you know, there are 30 people invited cordially for lemon cakes,
yeah.
beer, and carbonated water.
What? Wait, three? I remember two. Who's?
Crystal.
Oh, Crystal. Okay, okay. All right. So, hello everyone. Yes, sorry for that interesting start to the stream. Um, how's everyone doing? Everyone have a good week between sessions?
Yeah.
Huh?
No.
I mean, do you expect the answer from the internet or something?
Oh,
I don't understand.
that was you guys. I was asking you.
I worked myself
It
into
doesn't
the ground
address.
and
You
nothing
were
happened. I
talking
did
to the
nothing.
Okay, it's a question for
address.
everyone.
You were talking to the internet.
It's a question for everyone then. It's a question for everyone.
Why are we like
Doesn't
this whole stuff?
care.
No, my roll 20 loaded. Maybe I don't have to have the dice.
Ho
But I'll keep it.
ho!
I'll keep it handy just in case.
Can we just play?
No.
Oh goodness. Oh my gosh. All right, so
You're being silly.
Well,
So the taxes, guys. Am I right?
yeah,
taxes.
definitely.
You have to
Anyways.
pay taxes?
Last we left off.
Yes, who would like to recap last session, please?
It was a roleplay session.
All right. So I'll give it. Since there's that week I was missing, wasn't able to really give it.
Nope, nope.
Yeah, but I'll give it today. So kick things off right after the last session, where Peace was, I think, just woke up from his big sleep for a while after he did the big snore because he snorted a bunch of coke and became a dragon. And everyone's like, yes, of course, that is what happened, Peace. Go back to bed. But that's what happened there. Peace then just kind of existed for a while. I remember Raiden went to go have a chat and hang out with his uncle a bit. Mercy, Finn, and the Emperor's children went back to the Empire. Gara was still at. No, Gara visited Grin because she wanted to apologize about the whole thing. Then Serena was at her parents' place, I think still in Gromabo. After that point, Raiden and his uncle came and visited by Grin and Peace. And they had a lovely chat and everything. Then the two youngsters went out and just kind of did like a bunch of, they did a bunch of like rascal things, like turning into a dragon again. But they actually ended up having a really deep talk and kind of was a lot of like really personal stuff that went on there. For what happened with Finn and Mercy, they returned the children there. They informed the captain about, they're not the captain, the emperor, about, hey, remember that boat? He was like, "Yee, don't shoot it." He's like, "I bet." And then, I can't remember exactly what they talked about, but that's kind of the gist of things. When we left off, Peace has just returned from turning into a dragon after he got um, well, mortally wounded by Raiden because he crushed him with his own flimsy-ish body weight. But
So,
I
yeah.
don't remember
That
too
happened.
many. Oh, Gara went to the black market again to go check up on her axe.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to remember if there's
Gara,
anything else I missed.
Gara got her axe back and Wendy in a bottle.
Oh yeah, she got a Wendy in a bottle.
I got a Wendy in a bottle.
Yeah, that was before you went to go visit Grin.
It's a jar, not a bottle.
It doesn't matter. Same difference.
So Gara has a Baconator from Wendy's, and
We're gonna open a Wendy's here, and it's gonna be a haunted restaurant. So yeah, we had a dream that we visited our gods, and they gave us more power. So yeah,
that too, in which Peace was still there sassing up his god and his. Can we all just take a moment for the fact that Daizo is probably one of the most patient fucking people on the goddamn plane of existence? Holy shit.
Yeah, Daizo puts up with piece of shit way too much.
But anyways,
Finn teleported his tower to his land
So
and visited his land.
as all great porno openings should be, he teleported his tower into his garden.
God damn it.
His wizard tower, of course, topped off with a little crown.
Into its vacant lot.
There you
to
go.
evade taxes, of all things.
Quite literally to evade taxes, and it's not even a joke. Why is Wajid like this? I'm gonna fucking kill someone. Oh my god. You're right there. Okay, I'm calmed down. I'll be able to see him within a couple of weeks and beat him to dust, gently removing his skull. But I think I really covered most of the things I remembered.
Well,
That's pretty much it.
Now this episode is going to be used as evidence.
Look, man.
Looks like you're gonna have to hack his computer and delete the video off of YouTube.
Let's be real.
You know?
The fucking IRS penetrate all borders of reality. They're gonna pop into this game eventually. You're just gonna see like 30 people join the game, and it's gonna be like, "What the fuck is going on?" And it's like, "All right, so we heard someone was tax evading."
Yeah.
Oh, I meant use this evidence in the murder of Wajid.
Who is this Finn person, and why is he evading taxes?
Many questions that will never be
So
answered.
few answers. Yeah.
No answers.
That too.
But since like, I heard someone's not giving us money. Money. So,
Yeah, the boss is not happy.
But
Boss wants his money.
But anyway, that's really it for me. That's all I remember.
Yeah. Mercy also was going to visit her family.
Yes, that I do also remember.
Who has found out that they have been given a home inside the more city area, as they were, still are, farmers.
And as I've come to learn within the week, Kai has been invited for a mandatory fun day at the Everlasting Haven.
Yeah, so is Crystal.
So is Finn.
Which we can cover right now. And as for that, forget words now. Demon Inspiration. Who doesn't have it?
I don't.
You don't? Gara?
Didn't
What
It's hers last time.
you used yours last time?
Mm-hmm.
Anyone else not have one?
Me?
Wow, okay.
Alright, everyone gets a DM Inspiration.
Oh, I see.
I'm feeling generous this time.
Except for Finn, because he's late.
Yeah, except for Vin, because he's late. He should have been here.
I'll take it.
Oh, you can't have two.
Okay.
So yeah. So everyone put down DM Inspiration if you don't have it already.
Let's see.
Awesome. I used it on a damn wisdom saving throw.
Didn't even work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was Hey, it was worth a try.
Actually, it did. It worked temporarily.
Oh, that's right.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, it did. All
And
right,
then there was another. But anyways.
No, yeah.
all right. So, in the time that you guys are taking off to rest, recuperate, catch your breaths, and taking some much needed R&R. Oh, music! I almost forgot music.
I guess Kai could have gone there. He didn't really need Finn because there's the teleportation circle there, and he could have used that to go to the haven.
True,
Yes.
he could have, which Finn would know, and not sure if
I
Kai
think
would know. I think he would.
Kai would. He already's been there.
So, um, not sure if Gar would want to go to the Isles
No.
too. No. Okay.
Well,
See your family.
where is Gara's mom at? Just a question.
She has returned to the islands.
Then yeah, Gara would go just to hang out with her mom and make sure her mom is okay.
Okay. All right. So, as you guys over the next day kind of figure out time to meet, you all arrive there at I'm guessing probably more of a morning time for some morning breakfast.
I
asking
have not.
asking Tara.
Sure, whatever.
Okay, just wasn't sure when Laya would want them to show up.
Anytime. As I wrote you now, for Crystal it could be even separate because there's something else she would discuss with her.
Oh, okay. Okay, so yeah.
Yeah, Crystal has no clue when everybody is going, so yeah, Crystal probably would have shown up,
Whenever.
Yeah.
Because Crystal can teleport though,
Yeah, Crystal
Yeah.
can teleport.
so she can
Exactly.
show up whenever. We can have her show up maybe after the meeting and stuff. If that's fine.
That works.
Okay.
Well, Finn isn't here yet, so we can do it now.
Well, he's gonna
Okay.
not be here for like an hour.
Half an hour.
True. All right. Sure. We can do the crystal lie stuff first if you guys want.
Okay.
Okay. So, Crystal, you
Mhm.
as you are going about your travels, you get a telepathic message sent to you from sending from the cleric that you've met shortly, known as Russell. He said he is inviting you to the islands that his wife Laya would like to have a word with you.
Cordially invites you to lemon cakes, carbonated water, and possibly whiskey. Or wherever else.
Yes. he
At your convenience.
which he mentions.
Very well, I'll be there.
Okay.
She'll go park her wagon and cart wherever, basically someplace safe, an inn or
So we'll kind of like
stable of sorts.
Okay.
I was trying to think of a word for it, but there really isn't a place that you can like that. So either a stable or an inn with a stable, and temporarily park her wagon and board her horse
Okay.
for the time being, and she will teleport to the islands.
Okay. Alrighty then. So, As you kind of teleport in, you arrive, and the islands are seem to be a bit more in chaos than they were last time you were here. But you do recognize the place, and you do remember the directions to the home where Laya and Russell live. So if you want to make your way there,
Yep.
okay. So as you make your way, you eventually do come to their abode.
She'll knock on the door.
Okay. Laya, you hear a few knocks coming from your door, and as you open
I'm
it,
gonna open the door. Ah, come in, welcome. I was
Thank
been
you.
expecting you. Actually hoping that you would arrive.
Well, I did reply to the message, and so I'm here. I just need to take care of a few things before I did.
Well,
Which
come
will-
in, take a load of, and here are some lemon cakes, and this is carbonated water if you don't want anything, like drink a drink. And here's beer, and she puts in front of you a beer that's uh, shining white.
Okay, that's interesting. Not too big on beer. Mead is
It's
more of
a
my
local
thing.
brew. I think that you will approve of it.
I'll give it a taste. Pick it up, take a sip. What's it supposed to taste like?
that is a good question.
Like a good beer. It's a normal beer. It's just colored white by some sort of transformation you don't know about.
Okay, so it's
But
just
it
like
feels
regular
frosty.
hoppy beer.
Yes, but it feels frosty. It's one of the microbreweries, like it was brewed locally.
Right,
Nothing
right.
big.
Oh,
But it feels familiar because the magic feels familiar to you.
it's definitely cold, which is good, but it tastes like regular beer, and that's not my thing. I just can't stand the uh, taste. Prefer the mead, if you know. Other than that, I'll just stick with the water.
Russell, do we have any meat in the village?
Oh, yes, I believe we do. I'll go fetch some.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it, dear.
It's not a problem. You two enjoy your talk.
So, uh, Crystal, the thing is, I don't think that we've been introduced in some ways formally. You probably know that I am a de facto caretaker of these isles and trying to rebuild them and do better for the people here.
Yeah.
But I'm also a champion of Philamora.
Now that is interesting. I serve the goddess in a different aspect. Uh, actually, to be honest, she is my great, 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 great grandmother.
And that is very puzzling to me. I
Well,
must admit, there is a curiosity in me which wonders about the dragon champions and dragon descendants, and in a way, she could have chosen you more to be her representative. But she chose me. But more importantly, there is one champion missing.
hmm. Yes,
Taizo has chosen his own. Azurda has chosen her own. But what about Bahamut? Where's the
so
chosen one of
even
Bahamut?
does he even want one? Maybe he hasn't found one worthy enough.
Maybe he isn't. But he should probably find someone because there is a fight coming.
Yes,
And that is
I
why I was
heard.
hoping that we could have this chat and I could offer you something and maybe ask you to do a few favors and missions for me. Have you have a base?
Sorry?
Do you have a base of operations?
I have a wagon. I live out of a large caravan-style wagon.
And wouldn't you want to have a base inside in Middle Territory? A bit of neutrality to whatever goods you might need. Your own storehouse, your own house where to settle your head.
I've always grown accustomed to the traveling lifestyle, selling random goods that I've acquired over my travels to other areas other cities, other villages that are in need of these goods.
And as you
Having
should. And yet I am sorely looking for some traders that could trade our stuff. We soon will have metals to trade. Our own products.
definitely something that selling stuff from a place that isn't well known to a world that doesn't know much about it to get their name out, to get the products out is definitely a viable option. I'd be willing to help any way I could.
It's your choice, I can only offer.
Well,
There is space to be had, there is house I can offer. Your own storage space for your own items, and as I saw that you can teleport, you can get from anywhere easily. And along the travel you could find valuable information.
I could do that, yes.
And
I'm willing
cause
to
our
help.
own mischief.
I think the goddess would be pleased with that. She does like
That she would.
her mischief and her pranks.
And maybe if you along your travels find yourself close to some of the Bahamut temples or something like that, maybe you could try to trade their word and see why he hasn't chosen anyone yet.
If I ever get out that way, I mean, that's a area I'm not familiar with.
Who else better than the intrepid explorer and trader, Crystal?
Well, if I can find the runes needed to teleport out there or have a means of locating the area or an area nearby, then yeah.
Funny you should
I'll have
mention
to.
that. I might have someone coming in a few days who might have this.
Alright.
If you
Worth
want to stay
exploring.
around.
Sure. I'll hang around. I've got nothing better to do right now.
Well, consider it, and maybe you will like what I offer.
Alright.
I'm always looking for capable people.
Oh, you've got to have them to upkeep a place like this.
Right you are. And scene.
Okay.
Crystal works for Laia now.
You should probably talk about pay, benefits, leave days, insurance.
Healthcare. And escape from this
Dental.
miserable life of ours.
Oh, the benefits, including house and storage space.
Then more about Philomora and you know, I don't know.
Philomora sisters!
Yeah, exactly.
the
P Kappa Philomora.
the the the,
Team
li-
Philomora.
the literal bloodline descendant, and then the adopted daughter.
There you go.
Your sister.
Crystal
So your
needs
average
Philomora's
family.
power.
Just your average family.
Pretty
Yeah,
much.
the Adams family. Dun-dun-dun. All right. So, as the few days have passed since Crystal's visit, uh, Kai, Finn, and just those two, Tara? Just those two you were inviting?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, anyone else can join, but those two will hear the primary message.
Okay. So, a general invitation to the islands is sent out, but a personalized one is sent to Finn and Mordecai, which states what?
You are cordially invited to lemon cakes, carbonated water, and good beer.
Okay. Except for Kai. Kai doesn't get beer because he's soft boy.
I
Shush.
think that's why there is carbonated water, you know?
Okay.
But I stand by my neon white beer.
Because he's a child. All right. So, um, question for Mercy: would she wish to go to the islands, or would she like to stay in the Empire for a bit to visit family still?
Visit family. She would be more interested in the shop in the Maroja for the arrows.
Okay. Alright, because yeah, you were wanting to try to find some specialty arrows, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'll just say that those aren't something that are, you know, general store you can just go in and buy.
I know.
But,
It's a magic item.
um, but you can commission them to be made. The question is
Some
if they
unbreakable arrows would be nice.
unbreakable. That, okay.
I mean, whatever else you want to give us, really.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess.
I'm gonna.
I guess kind of list in order of like what your top priority is of what you want, uh, and I will figure out a price and a time period for those to get done. So if you just want to list that for me in the Discord or in the chat, and just let me know when you got it done. So, I know Finn wanted to do some shopping too, because he gave me a whole list of things he wanted to try to buy. Which I guess, because I kind of told him what could be got and how much it would cost for stuff, so I'm not sure
What
of
could
his
be
funds.
got?
Most of his spell components. The only one that they did not have there in the Empire, for at least for the price I was hoping for, was the tuning fork to to a different plane.
Oh no.
Yeah, he was because in the spell it's listed as being like 250 gold cost. They they do have a couple in the Empire, but they cost about 1,500 because they are a rare commodity. So, but nonetheless, those of you that get the invites can head to, uh, well, if you have means to, head to the islands.
Well, Kai has his means.
well, you're in Maroja, so you can just
Yeah.
take the circle there. Um, I think Serena's the only one who probably won't be able to.
Yep, she's forever stuck there.
At least by under her own means. She can look around, see if there's like anyone or anything there that can send her somewhere.
Forever stuck there, guys. Forever stuck.
Okay.
I'm working on my backup character. They're a dwarf
Oh no.
who's 50 feet tall.
What?
A Muppet Born. Yes, that's
No!
exactly right.
No.
It's a dwarf that looks like a human, but he's just a really tall dwarf.
Oh god.
Yes.
Yes, that's exactly it.
Or it'll just be a human raised by dwarves, and they keep calling him a really tall dwarf. I need to save that as a character. Holy shit.
Half dwarf, half giant.
No, 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 not even that. I'm just saying it's just gonna be a human raised by dwarves, and they just keep calling him a really tall dwarf around where he comes from. They just say he's really tall instead of him being a human. But he's
Yeah,
actually adopted.
Nadim,
I actually need to save that as a concept.
Nadim, isn't that
that's a great concept.
isn't that the plot to
You're
Elf?
stealing my concept.
Isn't
Right.
that,
Yes,
isn't
it
that
is.
that's the plot to Elf.
Fuck!
Not really, but
Well,
you know.
it changed a bit because he was
Yeah,
adopted by elves instead of by dwarves.
yeah.
He was a really tall human,
So he's a really tall elf.
but he thought he was a tall elf until he found out he was human.
The problem is that this guy doesn't ever figure out he's human.
Or does.
He's got a really long beard.
Gonna meet some great dwarven king. At least he thinks he's gonna, and finds out it's just a person in disguise, and just like, you sit on a throne of lies.
God damn it. Anyways, Kai's there.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Don't be.
Oh.
Should be.
Alright. So, Kai is there. Finn's there, but being unusually quiet and stoic. It's very unlike him. It's probably an
He's
imposter.
contemplating his tower.
Yeah.
He's worried about his tower. He's worried about getting taxed for it there.
He's worried about his topiary, man.
Yeah.
And where he's gonna put his gazebo.
Welcome,
Exactly.
welcome. And again, they will be treated to white beer, shiny white beer, normal, carbonated water, and lemon cake. So, hey Kai, did you find
Hello.
anyone special?
I think so.
That's good. Tell me about her.
Do I have to?
No, you don't have to.
Okay.
And what about you, Finn? Skip the
Hi,
conversation, yes, I
I'm-
understand.
I'm good. I'm totally Finn.
Why
Okay,
you
Mickey Mouse.
Mouse?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, okay, Mickey.
It's not even. Not even a Mickey Mouse thing. It's just he's a fucking Muppet sometimes, so I just wanted to
But
imitate
that's the
that.
point. That's why I said Muppet Born, you know? Hey, he's just a Muppet Born.
he just
But
snaps,
anyways.
he snaps it off and it's like, oh, what happened?
Finn, I would appreciate if you then could talk with Crystal and maybe share some of the portal information. She's now employee of the Zebra Corporation.
The what corporation?
Zebra Corporation.
I thought you said zebra. I'm like, what?
Zebra Corporation.
Yeah, zebra.
Why is it
That's
zebra?
subsidiary of Lioness
What?
Isles.
Why zebra? I
Wait,
got it.
Oh.
I get it. I
Because the
completely-
lioness is the king.
She's a lioness.
Yeah.
Lioness, a female
Yeah.
lion,
Yep.
and a
Okay,
zebra,
lioness is
and
the
lions eat zebras.
Yep.
So
Exactly.
Yep.
I get it.
I get it
I
now.
just I want to make sure I heard correctly that it was zebra and not something else.
Yep.
I hate it. I hate it. But
I
okay.
know.
I'll-
50 gold to the pun jar, Laya. 50 gold to the pun jar.
Okay. All right. Finn will gladly, go meet with Crystal, as she was a member of the party for a while and also a very big spellcaster as well, who had some odd magics too. So So he will go and catch up with her, leaving Kai alone with Laya. What could possibly go
Actually,
wrong?
do that after we've done things. So, how do you like the lemon cakes, guys?
I haven't had any really.
Mm.
Take some.
Okay.
Our cook slaved over them a whole week perfecting the recipe.
I mean, they're all right.
Mm. They're, they're good.
So, what's new?
Well, I had a lot of work to do, and I still do have. And then once I'm done with that, I have even more work to do.
Then
And
I'm
after
glad you
that,
found the time to eat some lemon cakes. It's important to enjoy some time in your life.
but I enjoy work.
And now you enjoy the lemon cakes, right?
Uh-huh.
Vince is just kind of slowly drinking the beer, just kind of looking at you both.
Leia seems to be waiting for something.
Vince is kind of
Is,
so just waiting too. It's like,
is there something you need out of this meeting?
Actually, I do.
Kind of had a feeling. I wonder why I asked that.
Well, come with me, gentlemen. And she leaves and starts taking you out of the city and everything that you see around. A bit deeper, like to the forested area. And there, in middle of almost nowhere, but like 10 minutes of journey out of the city, there is a barn. Hastily put together barn. There is something inside this barn, and I would like to see you to see. Partly because I think that it could help all of us, the group of the Heaven Isles people, could possibly help us in the battle if we manage to get it together and make it working.
Finn is
And
Sure.
she opens the doors.
Vince is kind of looking to Kai with a kind of perplexed but interested look.
I was gonna shrug.
She opens the doors, and cast is yours.
All right. So what you guys see inside this barn, there is uh, lanterns affixed in here, lighting up the area. Multiple ones is kind of scattered about, probably about like at least a dozen or so lanterns. And in the center, you see there is what appears to be a dig site from one of the multiple archaeological digs you've seen around the islands before. You see the remains of like tools that have been left behind, set down, stations set up to examine contents among other things. And as you guys kind of walk inside, and you can start peering over the hole, you see still partly stuck in the dirt. Still, appears to be a small ship crafted
It's a
crafted out of some type of metallic material. Uh, well, it looks like a mast for some type of sail, and strangely, you can still see the sails folded up on it. The other odd thing that, actually, uh, Kai, roll me a perception check. I guess
have the thingy open for me, Karst.
Yes, I can. Uh,
Oh shit, not 20.
not 20. Okay, nice. So that would give you a plus. Let's see. Your perception's a plus 8, it looks like. So 28. Alright. So, as what you would notice, Kai, is that while the ship's been buried, there's no signs of degradation, deterioration, rusting of any kind on the metal of the ship, or of or any kind of holes or eating away at the sails. You also notice very oddly these sticking up from the ship are these kind of like maybe could be like wings maybe or some type of like like thin shafts of metal coming up at angles from the sides near the kind of like the back of the ship.
Alright. Buck, hold my... Wait, no, I need my toolkit. Just keep standing. I'll move up close. I'll hop down.
Okay, yeah, they have. There's a ladder set up that you can climb down.
Yeah, but car swings.
That too. Okay, so you just hop down, so your wings, and just catch the air, and you just kind of drift down. All right.
I'm gonna look for any sort of hatch or entrance to this thing.
All right. Um. Let's see. You. Okay, so roll me an investigation check.
Okay, I believe this is plus 10. So
Yes, it
I
is.
got so I got an 11, so 21.
21. All right. All right. So, yeah, it's not very hard for you to spot one. As you kind of notice around, there's a couple doors. One that looks like it leads to possibly like some type of cabin area, and one in the deck of the ship. As you kind of pull up on it, it's like it feels like it's not stuck, but something's kind of holding it in place. As you kind of look around a bit for it, you notice that there seems to be a release button. As you press it, the door just comes undone, just easily swings open for you. Oh, okay, I can roll Arcana check for Finn. Let me go ahead and open his sheet real quick. Alright, so Finn's Arcana check 24. Oh, whoops, that was the GM. My bad. Alright, so as Finn, as you're going down below deck, Kai, Finn's going to check the other parts of the ship, and he'll kind of shout out to you, saying that he notices that this ship has been crafted in a way to allow magic to flow through it.
Huh.
He's not sure how, though, but that's what he can tell.
I'm gonna we're gonna move deeper in.
Alright, so as you kind of climb down the stair ladder there, it's really dark inside, but with your dark vision, you can still see it's kind of dusty in here. The air is kind of flooding has disturbed the dust that has settled. As you kind of look around inside, you notice that even the interior is in immaculate condition. Nothing seems to have deteriorated on the inside either.
Is there any sort of weaponry on this ship?
Sorry, in kind of what?
Weaponry.
Weaponry. Um, Not that you noticed, though the ship isn't fully uncovered yet. It was probably about
Well,
halfway.
from the inside, I mean.
Oh, on the
Can I
inside?
notice any ports or anything like that?
Um, You don't notice any
Wait a minute.
with your investigation check.
Button, airship. Guys, is this a high altitude ship? Like pressurized?
You're not sure.
Hmm. I'm gonna continue exploring it.
Okay.
Just kind of do what I can to uncover it.
All right. While you're going around inside, go ahead and roll me another investigation check.
17 plus 10, 27.
27. Okay. So as you look around inside, you kind of notice that the inside of the walls seem different from the outside of the ship from what you saw. There seems to be an added kind of material added. 'Cause the material on the outside was some type of metal. You're not sure what. The inside, though, seems to be some type of insulation of some sort, padded. As you look around more, you notice there are canisters in here, large tanks filling the inside, probably about the size of a human body, like an average human body. Um, you keep looking around you, moving through. Uh, there are a bunch of things that are kind of tipped and tumbled over, probably from when it was, well, whenever it was landed here or buried. You keep moving through, and you come to the back of the very far back of the ship, and you kind of notice this very large structure in the back. You see a bunch of inlaid like tubes and pipes going like upwards through the walls, ceiling, and floor of the deck you're on, spreading outward. And you notice that there's kind of this like basketball sized hole in the center, like where something was supposed to be.
Okay, real quick, one thing I want to do. First off, the basketball-sized hole, I already know what that is. The tubes and such. I'm gonna put a piece of fabric within there, dab some, like, lantern oil or something like that on it, and light it up. Does it get sucked in?
It does not.
Okay, so it doesn't lead anywhere in particular. It doesn't lead to another compartment.
You don't see that it does, no.
Okay. In that case, gonna basically. Do I have something like sending or message? I think I have message as Kai. Check if I do,
Yeah, sure.
if you can.
I can. Let's see. Spells. You do have so that's mending.
Oh,
Though, I mean, you can try shouting.
it will call out to Laya to bring one of those spheres, the ones from the island that were on here before.
Okay. Um, I guess, go ahead and roll me for a history check.
12 plus whatever it is.
10. 22.
22.
Okay, so you will recall that those spheres are bigger than what would fit in here.
Basketball-sized thing.
Yeah, those spheres that you guys found, that the party found at the lighthouses were more larger beach ball sized.
Gotcha. Tubes don't lead to another compartment, so I'm going to assume they lead out. The little basketball-sized hole, I'm going to... Huh. And while deeper within here, getting even deeper in, do I notice any possible, like, gun ports or anything like that?
You kind of check along the walls. You don't see any gun ports, though. You do come across um, some very odd kind of looking apparatuses. They look like they are meant to hold something or have something put in them. They're about the size of a hole about the size like a hand could fit through.
Mm-hmm.
As you kind of look inside, you see what appears to be some type of handle inside.
Well, you never learn extra from being safe. So I'm gonna pull the handle.
Okay, as you grab onto it, it doesn't seem to move. It seems kind of locked in place. So you can feel it kind of wiggle a little bit, like it could move.
One last question I'll ask you is when I entered from the door that I pushed the boot button for,
Mhm.
did it seem to have any sort of material on the seam of it? So like something that would seal up?
Would you like to go back and check?
Sure.
Okay,
I'm still exploring this thing. And then after that, I'm gonna go to the little human-sized chamber thingies.
okay. So you go back and check. You check around the seal of the door and the hole, and you notice that there appears to be some type of material laid around both.
Is it spongy, but not really sponge-like?
Yeah, it kind of has a little bit. It has some squish give to it.
Okay, so now to those human-sized tube thingies. Does it have any sort of way to get into it?
Let's see. With your last investigation roll, so kind of checking around, looking at it. You don't see a way to get into it, but you do notice kind of near where it could that it seems to be connecting to another tube, and it looks like it could come off.
Is it below or above it?
It's
Well,
near.
I think first things first to ask, is this thing oriented properly?
It seems to be off kilter, a bit.
But down is down and up is up, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It's kind of like the way it would look is like a I guess like kind of like a bottle with it. It kind of like getting smaller near the top where the neck would be, and that's is what's trying to connect into this tube.
And the tube leads upwards, correct?
Seems to lead up, and then it splits off into two different tubes.
Hmm. Okay, anything I can roll to kind of glean any extra stuff here because I kind of exhausted my own things out of here.
Um, Roll me your tinker tools.
Okay, I believe that's a 15 added to a 19.
Ooh,
Nice, so that's 34.
yeah, damn. Okay, so yeah, you know that this is supposed to be fitting in there better, and looks like it could be kind of like rotated to tighten it in.
Well, we'll do so.
Okay,
Science was never safe, kids. Don't do science.
so as you kind of grab this tank, thankfully you have your strength enhancing gloves on. I'm pretty sure you do.
They ain't really. Well, I always keep them on.
Yeah. So you kind of grab it, like, and it get locked into place. You all of a sudden hear this hissing sound. And then hear some things moving, clanking, and then you see kind of behind you and on other walls these small vents opening. And you can feel air starting to come out of them.
So it is pressurized. Can I glean that from this?
Possibly. It's a fair
Gonna run up
assumption.
to the gonna run up to the hatch. Gonna tell both Finn and Laya to clear out from the area real quick, and then I'm gonna close the door.
Okay.
Don't break things!
Can't hear you, door closed.
Alright, so as you go to close it, you notice that the handle on the inside has a button on it as well. So as you pull it down, you hit the button, and you hear
I
this.
push.
As you do, you hear these. It sounds like metal hitting metal, uh, like the sound when you've tossed magnets at buck before. And you feel the door lock in place. And as you do, you feel the pressure inside this underhull begin to change. The air is getting kind of stale, kind of musty a bit, but eventually the hissing sound stops. The vents are still open slightly, but the hissing has ceased.
Okay. First off, guys, your mic's being all weird and fucky. I don't know if it's just me.
Sorry, I was trying to burp and not make a loud sound.
Fair. I'm gonna look around for anything that you could put on, anything that gear you would like put on, something that seems like the crew for this thing would wear.
Okay. We'll make another investigation check.
26. That's added everything. So
Okay. As you look around, you're not finding any gear. It seems items of that such nature are missing.
okay. How about controls?
You don't see any controls down in this area.
What about that place where the the pizza size thing was? I'm sorry, basketball.
Nothing there. As you keep kind of looking around, you do notice though a small ladder that heads upward.
We'll go to that.
Alright. As you do, you see it leads up to a latched door, kind of like the one that you entered in.
Mm-hmm. I'll push button.
As you do, Laya and Finn on the outside, you guys hear this just loud, kind of like popping sound and the rush of air. You hear Finn kind of call out, it's like, what was that? Did you break something?
Can't hear you. I'm too busy getting pussy.
God damn it. The fuck? As you come up, though, you enter into a different area, and you kind of look over and you see just a door still just kind of swung open. And you can see it leading out towards the deck. And you can assume that this is the area that Finn was looking around in. You see that there's some stuff that's been recently that should be tipped over but is standing up because the dust has been disturbed.
Gonna continue looking for any kind of controls of any sort.
Alright. As you kind of look around, you do notice that there are controls. That there is what looks like a kind of like a pilot station here in this cabin.
Alrighty. Well, you already know where I'm going.
Yeah. Alright, so you kind of head over there and try to check out. You see that there are levers and knobs, buttons. You kind of start messing with them, shifting, turning, pushing, but everything seems dead.
Gonna give it a little push, in a way, if you know what I mean. I'm gonna assume that's gonna be a Tinker's Tools check.
Sure.
Nat 20.
Oh my god. All right.
So 35.
So as you begin checking it all out, you take off this panel that is below this station and begin checking things. You see that it is filled with,
Spaghetti.
actually, surprisingly, everything is cleanly bound together in different
Gotcha.
areas. But you see
So,
multiple just wires throughout here.
alright, where do I hot rod this bad boy? No, not hot rod. Hot wire this bad boy.
You think you find the ignition ones and you check them out, and as you look at them, they look like they're fine. That everything here, mechanically wise, looks like it should be running. But why isn't it? You're not sure. This thing doesn't function like other airships do. As for all airships, you notice that they have some type of flotation crystals that power them, that let them fly. You've
This one's missing it. This one doesn't have it. That's where the fucking basketball play. Alright. I think I'm getting an idea of stuff. Actually, that's also a good question. Is there anything that's a sign of like any fragmentation on the floor? Anything that's like looks like something blew up in any of the places? That's a very good question. Thank you, Fably.
when you're looking around, you didn't notice any fragmentation of like something that like blew up or was destroyed. Just yeah, it was just left like it was left here.
In that case, I'm gonna see if I can jumpstart this. Use my arcane jolt.
Okay. So let's see.
I have, I
Right.
think, like 5 charges a day.
Where are you doing that at?
I'm gonna see where if I can follow any of the wires. Might be doing it back at the basketball hoop.
Okay. So as you kind of follow the wires from the ignition and button on the panel down below, it's the head below deck.
Head below deck.
Okay. So you head back down. You kind of like you see. Okay, so if the control panel for the pilot station's there, these tubes here must go to there, and you follow it back to this contraption you found before. And you see back where the is missing that like something's supposed to be sitting there.
Just to get the jump start, I'm gonna see about grabbing any like mundane tool or so. See about the thing where I can put in spell slots into it.
Mm-hmm.
Just use that to kind of charge it, just to see if I can get something to basically spark it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take whatever spell slots and whatever that you already know. So you can just subtract what it would, but Kai's already gonna do whatever it takes to get this thing started because adventure or something.
Okay. So, as you kind of do that, and you kind of charge it up, you just kind of set it in the hole.
Yep.
Okay. As you do is, you set fire in here last time, nothing happened. You set this in here. You watch as the kind of mundane amount of magic that you put into it is pulled from the item. And you see that some of the lights in here begin to slightly dim for just a brief few seconds.
Alrighty. So now it's time to use many arcane jolts on the item that I put in.
Okay.
If I have to use all of them, I will.
Okay. So
This is basically my way of channeling literally the weave into this thing, basically.
Okay. So as you stick your hand, do you stick your hand into it, or just firing from a distance?
Oh, I'm sticking my hand in this thing.
Okay.
If I lose it, I can
Oh
build another.
boy.
I can build another. Don't worry about it.
All right. So as you stick your hand into this open space, and you let off your arcane jolts, one after the other, boom, 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 crackling with the arcane energy that you manage that you can weave together with your unique brand of magic. It is immediately sucked into and spread throughout the tubes of this, what you can now assume is the engine of the ship. Spreading outward, the lights begin to brighten up more and more as you release your last arcane bolt. The lights become full of glow, and now you kind of look there, stand around like, yes, I got it. You go up to kind of inform Laya and Finn, as you can see that there are other lights up on the deck that have come alight. So you go tell them that you got it started. You watch as the lights begin to dim and go dark.
I have a very terrible idea, Buck. Get on here.
Buck's like, beep, boop, boop, boop. And he's just kind of
Now.
looking, he's kind of looking at the hatch, and he's like, you see that he's too big to fit under. He's
Well,
too,
it's a good thing I'm Tinkerer because I can pretty much just unhook an arm or so and then put and basically part by part,
yeah, you're gonna have to
just
kind
like
of,
an arm and stuff.
yeah, you're gonna have to take off a couple arms at least.
Yeah, all 7 of them, Karst.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I'll do.
Buck's just kind of, as you're taking off his arms, he's very, very much not happy.
Don't
Like-
worry about it. Think of this as an upgrade.
That you're
You'll be fine.
He doesn't like being disarmed.
No one likes to be disarmed. Cursed. 50 gold to the puncher.
Okay, 50 gold. Alright, so, but he can kind of squeeze down in, though. He's still pretty big. And the
Okay,
compartment is cramped in here for him. It's clearly
Yeah,
not
don't worry
made for
about
someone
that.
of his stature.
I'm gonna have him go back to that place. And what's it called?
Okay. As he gets closer,
Then put in the arms back in, put him back onto him. Gonna tell him to wait a moment. I'm going to reach down into the thing, grab a wire, and yank it out.
okay,
And I'm gonna hand it to Buck and tell him to touch the metal.
okay. He does so. And you watch as the magic that fills Buck is being pulled out of him.
It'll work out. Just don't worry about it.
And keeps pulling and pulling, and Buck loses consciousness. He shuts down and just kind of slumps there, letting go of the wire.
I'm going to then push the wire away and then get him back kick-started again.
Okay.
Basically mending, because it does bring back hit points for him.
He starts back up.
See, I told you you'll be fine.
He very permanently beeps and boops at you.
I did not teach you such language. I don't say the word fuck.
Boop!
Fair. Very fair.
He kind of looks at this device and is kind of stepping away from it like he's scared.
Yeah, okay. So now I'm gonna put the wire and then put it back into place.
Okay. As you do, Buck is just heading for the door, and wanting to get up and out.
I'll do the same thing to help him out. But did that help?
It powered
Did
the
that-
ship for a bit, but it seems like whatever was the central power node for this ship,
This is very powerful.
or very unique to its structure.
Does it have enough juice to get it above ground?
power that Buck fed into it diminished after about a couple minutes.
Okay. If that's the case, I'm going to look for a switchboard and start flicking stuff until lights turn off.
Okay. You go through and
And
find just like there were multiple switches that were left on in the on position, and you just go and switch them off.
I'm switching everything off except the engined ones.
Okay.
And then I'm going to pump many a spell slots into this. In fact, because why not? I'll grab the wire this time and then pump it in.
Okay. All right. So how many spell slots do you want to pump in?
Yes.
Is that your way of saying all of them?
Yes.
Okay. So do you start from smallest to biggest, or biggest to smallest?
Biggest to smallest.
All right. So you pump in both your fourth level, all three of your third, and all three of your second, and all four of your first, as it just is draining you of all your magic, and you feel like it's trying to drain more. And then you feel this burning sensation from your head, and you see the crown on top of your head beginning to give off a very vibrant red glow, which then flows down your head to your shoulder, down your arm to your hand that's holding the wire inside of this compartment. And as the energy collides with it, everything comes just full power. For Laya and Finn outside, you guys watch as this ring of energy just erupts from the ground and wraps itself around the ship.
Probably. Anywho.
And with that, you feel the ship jerk and move as it tears itself from the ground and just floats there in the air.
Okay. Well, I'm going to bring it above ground and then bring it onto the ground and then shut it off.
Alright, as you do, you move it out of the barn, it kind of breaking its way through some of the spots. Lion Finn hopefully getting out of the way.
Oh, I did tell him to clear the way out.
Okay. As you take it out, as you keep moving, you start to feel faint, Kai.
Gonna make sure I can bring it onto the ground and not slam it into the ground.
Yeah.
Before I know I'm gonna pass out.
Roll me Constitution save.
Nat 1.
That one.
Nat 1.
Ooh boy, so that's a 9. Okay. So you just before you try to bring it in. Luckily, it wasn't too far off the ground, but you pass out and you let go of the wire, and the ship just hovers there for a few seconds for it.
Before it does, I'm gonna create some of the ice pillars from the ground and make it stop.
Okay. So Laya uses her new ability. And Finn is going, that's not how
Thank
magic
God
works.
you told me about it.
Alright, so
And
Laya...
let it gently melt to the ground.
Okay. Can do.
Karst, am I in a fucking weird dream now?
Yes, you are.
Probably.
No, you're just unconscious.
Oh. I thought
You're a dragon again.
I thought Archangel Papa had some words to say for me.
No.
For that kind of jolt.
Daiso might in the end.
Daiso doesn't affect Kai here. We're talking about a whole.
That's true, but
can of
still.
worms.
So Laya is, you kind of see the ship getting, like, losing power and getting ready to fall. You use the new power that you felt that Philomore told you about. And you summon up some ice pillars from the ground, where there shouldn't be any ice or any water. You catch the ship and you gently lower it back down to the ground. Finn just kind of looking at you like, just again saying that's not how magic works.
Yeah, you said that before, but somehow it works.
Alright, Finn's gonna.
Let's see if Gaia survived this.
Alright, so you guys run into the ship and climb aboard. And you go into the cabin. You see Finn just lying there. Not Finn, but sorry, Kai lying there on the ground, unconscious.
I don't have any healing magic, do you?
Finn's just gonna go through his bag. And
Oh, right, I do have some potion. I'm gonna pour it into his mouth.
okay. Alright, so as you do so, Kai, you were kind of shocked awake by this rush of healing magic that just kind of flows through your body.
I didn't break it.
So, Guy, I hope you've learned something, because if you just wanted to get it off the ground, I could have done that.
Could you have done that in that manner? And got it working?
I could have got it out of the ground, but I didn't say that I could power it.
Well, if you want to get sassy with me, I
I
was
am
able
not
to power
trying to
it.
get sassy.
I
I
was,
am not happy that you are risking your own life.
I'm going to basically cross my arms and raise an eyebrow. I'm just like, you're telling me this.
Yes, I am. You're young.
You don't find stuff out from being cautious. That's for archaeologists to do.
This is archaeology.
No.
This
This
was uncovered
is the
from the
arcane.
earth.
Okay, it was uncovered from it. Getting it working, on the other hand, was arcane.
Are you sure it's powered by your sort of magic, not divine or druidic?
I don't think it cares what kind of magic, it just wants any sort of magic.
Roll me Arcana check.
Roll me Arcana check for Finn.
Yeah.
14 plus the 10, so 24.
Okay. And Finn. Oops. 20. Okay. Alright, so between Finn and Kai, Kai, from your multiple uses of different types of magic, and feeling just completely drained. By the way, you have a point of exhaustion now.
Fair.
So that, I guess that skill check would have been at disadvantage.
Alright, I can roll again.
So go ahead and roll me again.
14.
Okay.
So, plus 10, so yeah.
Same. 24 again. Okay. Very nice. You can tell that that this ship, the way its engine was designed, the power consumption it needs, this thing, it must run off of some type of different power. Nothing generated by the weave, but something else. That missing piece must be key to figuring this out.
You're missing a piece of the puzzle here, and until now, all I could really do is power it with my own magic, and it just seems to want any source of power, but at the time it needs one specific type. Have your
Exactly what
archaeologists
I was
figured
trying
that
to
out?
tell you. That was what I was trying to tell you. There are different types of magic, and each can be a bit different inefficiency in certain aspects. You can't use weave to heal.
Out of character. Yes, you fucking can.
Actually, yeah, you can.
Yes, you
There.
fucking can out of character. That's
Out of
Out
very
of
character,
much.
character, yeah.
Intelligence-based magicians can't heal.
Magic is magic.
Wizards
It's still
can't
the
heal.
weave. Divine magic is also still magic under the
Yeah.
weave.
Is it?
And also fucking artificers can heal, which are intelligence-based magicians.
True.
Yeah,
Okay,
pretty
that's news to me.
much.
They're
mean-
Artificers don't exist for me.
they're weird. But
I mean, all magic comes from the weave in some aspect of it, whether it's innate weave built into you for sorcerers or
Divine or
learn-
natural.
yeah,
Or quite literally
nature-based.
the
Sorcerers
weave
is-
itself in Sorcerers and
Sorcerers are
Sorcerers.
source of magic, and they are a bit different. Then you have charisma casters mostly, and they have again different way how
No,
to heal and do.
from what I know, is that they're imbued with the weave and they're kind of connected to it in some way.
Mm-hmm.
Wizards alter it to their own will using, well, quite literally science of D&D, which is just arcana. Artificers use artifact casting. Clerics and paladins both use holy, divine intervention to bend the weave to its will. Rangers and druids quite commune with nature to have nature bend the weave to what they would want to do. And I feel like I'm missing someone.
bards?
Oh,
Really, they
bards.
communicate through
Quite literally,
nature.
they
Really?
they alter the weave through nature
Why?
itself.
Fine, then I'm wrong.
Bards
I-
do so through the arts that they perform.
through music. Yeah.
Okay, do your thing.
Uh, so, as this is going on, we'll take a short intermission from these three to ask what everyone else is doing.
Well, like I said, Gara was going to tag along and visit her mom and see how her mom was doing. So
Okay. So,
Gara is visiting with her mother
all right. So,
and the rest of the clan, of course. But
so as you visit with, help, visit, go visit your mom, check up on her, see how she's doing, and see how the rest of the tribe is doing. They're doing as well as can be expected. Some of the people are still missing. Some of the people that have been confirmed to have left on the boat, and some who just vanished.
Hmm.
But in the time since you last been here, it's become a bit nicer, a little bit more organized. You can still see there are some differences in kind of cultural designs for like their living arrangements.
Yeah.
Between your tribe and Mogash's. But your mother is at her home, and she's resting. She's trying to help mitigate the stress and worry that everyone was under. You see, she's busy talking to Mogash's mother as well, who kind of is like in the middle of informing her of what's happened and who's missing. As you arrive,
she just she'd run up and just give her mom a hug and
she'll hug you back and very happy to see you. It's like, oh, God, dear, please, come in, sit. Oh, it's good to see you.
yeah. After that incident, wanted to see how you were doing. I know you weren't quite yourself, but still, I wanted to make sure you were readjusting now. And
I am managing as best as I can. Given what happened, how are your friends?
They're good. They're recovering.
That's good. I am taking some much needed rest, not pushing myself too hard,
That is good.
and I have plenty of people here who are able to help me. So I'm trying to help them as best I can with what happened. We still have people missing. Hopefully they'll be returned soon.
Yes, hopefully.
How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. My wounds are healing and just kind of, you know, replaying everything, say if there's anything that could have been done different to.
And how about the wounds that can't be seen?
Well, they'll leave scars, but
Well,
they
don't
will.
don't blame yourself.
Hard to do, really, when you feel like you're responsible for the well-being of everyone else that you travel with, that you care about.
Well, such is the burden of a leader, a chief.
True.
I know it all too well from your father. He was always worried about doing what was best for the tribe. But he always found an answer. Sometimes wasn't always the best answer, but he had to make a choice and move forward with it.
Um,
Your mother would just kind of like reach over and just gently place her hand on top of yours. You just do the best that you can. That's all. That's all anyone could ever ask of anyone.
and that's what I'm trying to do.
I know you are. You're my daughter, after all.
That is true.
So that I assume you took care of that man, right?
Yes. Yeah. I, he has been dealt with. Hopefully, nothing can bring him back from being half eaten by a dragon
And thrown into lava.
and thrown into lava. Yeah.
Half eaten by a dragon.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a long story in itself, but yeah, he was just chomped down by a dragon, and then I just shoved what was left of him into the lava pit below because
I love how you're not even
there's
gonna explain the dragon part at all. You just repeated it.
pretty much it's just like, yeah, I was going to, but it's like, you know, it's too long of an explanation.
Well,
She will explain it, but not this time frame.
not in full detail.
Not in not out loud, like off screen. She's like, sit there and explain the whole situation to her mom, you know. But
Okay. So you have a nice, interesting conversation with your mother.
hmm
Is there anything else you'd like to do?
that's all she's gonna do is just spend time with the clan and the tribe and the family and hang out for the day and then head back and
Okay.
try to urge everyone else to let's hit the road, people.
Okay. Serena, how are you spending your day?
Hit through, Jack.
What?
How you spend? How
Um,
you spending your day?
well, I imagine since Serena can now, as we said last time, can kind of see these weird, not weird, but can see these, glowing things within people. I imagine she would try to figure out what that is, like, try to figure out how to use that in a way.
Okay.
Well, pretty much everyone is, I guess, finding spaceships and talking to the family. Serena would be just, working on her new power, I guess, while waiting for someone to come pick her up,
Okay.
unless they forgot about her, which they do.
Nah.
I feel like you're forgetting something. Nah, if you forgot about it, it's probably not that important.
Where's our healer? Yeah, we don't have a healer. Is it?
I know, she
Right, our
would
healer
honestly
left
regret.
us.
Yes, that is the
Oh,
story we tell.
all right. So, Serena, as you kind of, just kind of sitting in, sit on kind of the rooftop, kind of patio area of your family's home.
Uh huh.
You kind of focusing, trying to see what this new power that you can see, use to see with, can do. As you kind of close your eyes and focus, you can feel just the presence of everyone around you within a certain range. And even with your eyes closed, you can still just, as you turn your head, see these small sparks of light just moving about. And as you try to kind of focus in on some of them, you see this, just like this tether of energy, like crackling electricity, fire from you towards the nearest one, passing through buildings and connecting you to them.
Hmm.
You kind of look over the ledge and see who it connected to, and just a lady passing by, carrying what kind of appears to be like a bag of groceries. And she kind of like jumps. See, she's kind of looking around a bit as if she kind of noticed something, but can't see anything. So she just kind of shrugs and continues walking on. Once she gets past like a certain distance, you notice that the tether just breaks.
Serena would probably think to herself, "Is she the only one that can see them?" She'll probably would try it again.
Mm-hmm. All right, so you close your eyes and you kind of see a group of these sparks again, and you kind of open your eyes to see where it is. You see just like a group of like like teenagers just kind of hanging out, chatting.
Hmm.
And as you kind of reach your hand out, you watch firing like from your chest these tethers again that connect to them. As it connects, you see them just kind of like jump a bit, as if like something startled them or shocked them. And you kind of look
It's just
around.
Shin. Sorry. Sorry about that. It was fucking voice text for a friend. Sorry.
Ah.
I forgot myself unmuted. I'm sorry.
As they kind of look around, they just kind of not seeing anything, just kind of shrug and just continue talking.
Hmm.
After about a minute, like, well, I guess probably about maybe 45 seconds pass, you watch as the tether just kind of dissipates. And you try to connect to someone else and you notice you can't. You can still faintly see the sparks, but you can't connect to them like you did before.
Alrighty then. Serena would probably like just be wondering if. Oh, hold on.
Alright.
Sorry, someone was talking to me.
It's okay.
Serena would probably just wonder if she hasn't like fully gotten the hang of it yet, or is because they're out of range or something. Just, just she'll probably just continue to work on that if anything.
And she try to continue to work on it throughout the day.
Hmm.
You kind of notice you can't seem to connect to anyone else. Even like your own family when they were close by.
Hmm.
And you kind of feel like you kind of can tell that the power for it's not gone, but it's not as strong as it was. You feel like you've probably expended it for the day.
Okay.
Actually, Cars, there was a question I have because of a curiosity that I wanted to wonder before, but I forgot about asking you. Can I ask real quick because it does have to do with all of these power stuff?
Mhm.
Are the number of times we can use it per day affected by the fact that we touched the colored crystals and snorted some cocaine and got extra uses out of it?
No,
Are these
are
all
not.
affected? Aw, you're no fun.
Sorry.
We're not
So it's
doing
because
any
it's
more
after
drugs.
the fact, though, so that's why.
Alright, we gotta go back and touch more crystals.
We do. We need to go touch more crystals, and Crystal needs to go touch crystals because
Sorry. They've
Oh
all
my
been harvested and sold. Yeah,
Crystal
Just
needs
like
to
your
now.
organs will be if they don't get placed back there, Cars. Come on.
Crystal
Oh
needs the
my
ability
God.
Mogash has to where her skin is icy cold again.
they've been all crushed down into powder and turned into cocaine. So
Oh my.
So we'll just snort the crystal.
it's been sold to to other kingdoms. It's gone.
No, you lie. You lie like a dog.
Look, the important thing is that Laya now has her own crystal.
Oh. Cause,
This was all a ploy for a pun. I got it.
haha. So, but all right. So Serena, that's what you do. Raiden,
Mhm.
how do you spend your day?
Hmm. I'd actually like to go pick up my little baby man from Peace since Raiden's feeling good and
Okay.
regained
You
his
mean-
balance.
So you looked at Peace right next to you.
Give him
Right,
back.
right. Since you were visiting, that's true.
Does already have him?
Pretty much already there.
My little boy. Alright, Raiden's gonna try to train with his uncle.
Okay.
Try to learn new things about being a monk.
Okay.
And yeah, I think that's all.
All right. Your uncle, will kind of take you out into the middle of, as about the middle as nowhere as you can be here around Morosia. Basically, trying to find a quiet, secluded spot. And you guys begin doing some training. He helps brush you up on your technique and your skills. It's kind of nice just having some nice quiet time with your uncle. It's been a while since you've been able to train like this with him, since you left him to follow the group. All right. So as back on the islands with Drained Boy Kai, Finn, and Laya. You guys are examining the ship, checking it out, and trying to figure out what the hell went into this missing spot.
I believe we
Is
were still
there some
arguing
sort
about
of-
the stuff of magic. But anyways.
We've skipped
Is
past that.
Is there some sort of check I can throw? Maybe we've seen something like that already.
Yeah, roll me a history check. You have advantage on
Of
this
course.
since you've been kind of the operational director of the archaeological digs. Things have been sent to you. Okay, 17. Okay, so Laya, you kind of check out this space and look at the size of it. looks familiar. The size of the hole. You could have sworn you've seen something of this size that was dug up a few weeks ago. But it was on a completely different island than this one that you're on.
That would still work. Probably.
So, do you not even want to ask what this thing actually is?
It's an airship.
No, it's beyond that point, actually.
What do you mean?
Okay, so if you can see here, this entire cabin is actually pressurized.
I suspect for the higher speeds in the air.
No, not higher speeds, higher altitudes.
So you're saying that we should bury it?
No. If you do, then I'll just take it back with me. If you're gonna bury it, then you're not gonna be putting it to use, then I'll just be taking off your hands.
I don't think we're ready for space.
Kai, you would kind of know from your checks that you made earlier that the tanks that you could presume held air in them weren't made for long-term use.
Yeah, that's why I didn't say anything on the space part.
So you can probably tell from like the size of the containers and how like quickly the air kind of fed out of them that this ship is capable possibly of high altitude flying for about maybe roughly 30 minutes.
It's not for space. That is a whole other kind of worms that we're not going to be getting into here.
Never.
It's for high altitude flying. It's for very high altitudes. The kind
Way
which
too coward.
the kind of which would put mountains to shame.
Why would anyone want that?
Less air resistance, as well as you get to places quicker. And maybe even extra reasons as well. You never know until you give it a shot. Until you'll figure it out later. I'm not a high altitude airship captain, so I couldn't actually give you the insight on that.
Well, okay. Let's go to see my storage area. Why don't you help me, young man?
Which,
I already
which
have
young
been,
man?
but sure.
The youngest.
Oh, okay.
I'm very pregnant.
Sure.
Alright. So as you guys head out, hopping on a transport ship, heading over to one of the other islands, you do come across, head to the storage facility there where the archaeologists were storing and cataloging items that they've dug up, ones that they've been trying to figure out what like they were or were used for, what like practical uses they had. As you arrive, Laya, the workers there kind of stop and greet you, and greet Kai and Finn as well. So they're traveling with you. As the kind of lead storage manager there kind of runs up and it's like, "Oh, Laya, Mrs. Ness, how may we help you?"
Hello.
We're looking for the excised item. You remember that we dug up it recently?
Oh, we've dug
If you
up
could
quite a few
bring
things.
it out,
Would you
but not the excised one.
egg-sized one?
It's not actually an egg. It's probably about this large, and you give it about maybe a full foot in diameter. Was it the radius? Sometimes I get those two mixed up. About this yay big at most. Seem to fit within something else. It seems to radiate some sort of power.
Um, wait. Let me see. She kind of calls out some of her workers. Um, bring out items dug up within the what time span was this?
3 weeks.
Uh, bring out things from
Spherical shape, magical items. Ones that are in magic.
items with spherical shapes of some sort. From the last like say 3 to 4 weeks. The workers kind of nod and start, just run off and go looking through boxes. You see, like about 10 minutes later, they the guys come back carrying together kind of a large box, like crated up. They set it down. This is the only thing we found that had any type of spherical resemblance to it. This is
Let me check.
item
Let me check.
23C79. So they kind of like take off the lid for you.
I'll start
Have you managed
inspecting.
to find what kind of magic it radiates?
What? Well, that's the thing. We've checked on it, and it doesn't seem to like give out any magic of itself. Um, maybe because it was damaged a bit. We're not sure. Um, we haven't attempted mending on it yet. We're not sure if that would damage it more, if it would work.
So you're
Kai's,
not even sure if you can replicate it.
we're not sure. We haven't really gotten to that point yet. We're still digging up other things. Um, our researchers are busy cataloging cataloging, examining, and experimenting on older things that we found first. We just haven't gotten to this one yet.
I understand. This takes priority now.
Oh, alright. So, Kai, as you kind of, like, lift it up out of the box, it's pretty hefty. You kind of see it's this very interesting looking crystal. It's been wrapped with metal bands and bindings that have different types of kind of very ancient looking runes etched into the banding into the bands and crystal itself. But you,
Okay, now this is going to be very out of context for anyone who doesn't know this trick. Cars, I'm going to lick any of the contact points that looks like it would, like give it a light lick and see if it gives me like a little tingly sense in the tongue.
okay. As you start licking
You're
it,
gonna kill yourself.
Not a full fucking like. I'm talking about like a little like blep.
look,
It's not like battery.
okay. As you do so, you don't feel anything. As you kind of examine it more, roll me investigation.
Okay.
So it'd be a plus 10.
14
Well
plus
done, you've
10,
proved that it's
24.
not. You've proved that it's not a battery.
Right. So as you kind of do this,
Does I even know what a battery is?
I don't know. Don't think so. But
Of course we don't.
as you do kind of like do that, you kind of notice now that there are some cracks in it.
Well, I have good news and bad news.
What's the good news?
The bad news isn't that bad.
What's the bad news?
Oh, it's broken.
Oh,
Okay, so he's gonna do something stupid, so let's everyone step away a bit.
okay. The storage manager, she kind of gestures to the workers to get back. They do.
10-meter
you-
radius.
I'm gonna like just like a little bit more, a little bit more.
12-meter radius.
20.
Okay.
15-meter radius.
They keep stepping back, and like some of the workers are like now hiding behind like desks and shelf cases, just kind of peeking out.
Okay, so I'm going to cast mending on this thing.
All right. So as you cast Mending, you patch up the cracks in it, stitching back together the crystal and fixing some of the metal bindings on it. As you do, you kind of don't see anything happen. And everyone kind of is like stepping out looking like, is it broken still?
Hmm.
Roll me a perception check. Laya, Kai.
17.
Oh, 19. Okay.
Well, 17 plus whatever my
Oh,
mod was, so don't forget that.
oh yeah. That is a 8.
25.
25. Okay. Alright, so you both will kind of notice that the gem is starting to faintly glow.
Okay, Carson, now we'll give it another lick.
Um, your tongue tingles for a bit.
Okay, it works.
And Kai, as you kind of do that, you start to notice that as you kind of lift it up to lick, that you start to see these wafts of energy rising up from the ground.
Oh, that's fancy.
Roll me an Arcana check.
Okay, plus 10 to whatever this is, so 20.
20. Alright. You just kind of see this happening. It's like, alright, interesting. Kind of trying to put two and two together. You can make the assumption that this ship doesn't run on the power of the weave, or wasn't made to, and that this crystal doesn't harness the power of the weave either.
What does it use? Potential energy?
This thing harnesses the power of the ley lines from the planet itself.
Basically, here's how this goes. It's going to be a lot of just like him still holding this thing kind of carelessly as well, and then just kind of slowly starts holding it more carefully, and you're just like, oh no, okay.
If Gara was there, she would recognize the kind of coloring of this crystal very vividly.
Oh fuck.
I would probably too,
Well, did
because she
somebody
was
go get Gara because Gara is on the island?
Laya would probably too, because she was in the Feywild,
Very true.
Mm,
But she didn't deal with.
rescuing the city.
But she didn't deal with a Colossus though.
yeah, she didn't deal with the Colossus.
But she did deal with the ley line magic,
That's true. She did.
if you remember.
Yeah. From.
That
The
is true, yeah. When we went to the
The eye
past.
bracers.
Yeah.
The eye bracers.
So yeah. So I guess yeah, Lyra, you would recognize seeing this crystal now with glow. You recognize this type of arcane focus. This energy focused crystal. Very similar. I guess Finn would recognize it too. To what was used in Alanesia.
Diana, she points at the researcher in the storage. Do we still have the map of the ley lines?
Yes, I believe we do.
Bring it up, please.
All right. She kind of runs out and comes back about a few minutes later, holding this large rolled up map. She kind of has her workers take the box off the desk and we'll just kind of unfold the map. All right. This is what we've been able to map out. Right here for the islands so far. This is the ley lines for across the continents here.
Good. Let's see where the intersection is closest.
The closest one on this island we have is probably about here, a few miles away.
So this should be where we could power it up, possibly. Finn, do you think you can get us there?
Finn will kind of nod and like, uh, give, uh, give me a moment. I will summon my steed. and he'll start casting ritual casting a spell to conjure his phantom steed.
Diana, dispose of ley lines.
Oh, oh dear. Is that safe?
As safe as anything else.
Oh,
Safer than him. She points to Guy.
What do you mean?
what you?
Well, if you wanted safe, you would have never figured this stuff out. Good luck on your own if you want that.
Well, you did kind of lick it. Is that safe?
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
No,
okay.
it isn't.
And you would know why.
I would not ever.
Have you ever licked poison? I have.
You don't lick poison. Well, okay, how
What?
are you going to start giving me the lecture on safe and not safe if you're going to be there just licking poison half the time? Why would you lick poison?
Because I survived long enough to be this age. You didn't.
Uh,
Yet.
Sorry to interject here. Can, are we are we free to get back to work now?
Well, I didn't come here to get insulted half the time about oh, my age. You can figure it out yourself. See ya.
Bye. If you don't want to be part of this, that's up to you.
Good luck.
Just because he's young doesn't mean that he is, naive.
Yes, he is naive, and yes, he challenges my authority.
So he doesn't work for you.
Also, you asked Kai to come and then asked him for his help.
Out of character doesn't mean that he can threaten her.
I didn't threaten you.
I'm gonna take this off your hands.
That's not a threat. It's just like because you said you want
That's
to put it back
just-
into the ground. It's not like making a waste of something good. It's like basically like you were treating it as trash. One man's trash is another man's treasure.
I just said if you want to put it back into the ground, then I can just take it and do stuff with it myself. If it's not a threat of I'm going to take it, ha ha, no more. It's
Doesn't say anything, it just does stuff, suddenly.
you said you didn't want it.
Doesn't communicate.
so what you're saying is he's also Laya.
Yes.
Oh dear, no wonder they don't get along.
But Laya can do Laya stuff because she has a whole island to control.
So Laya just gets a free pass.
She wouldn't, but she's the leader. Uh,
So you're saying is yes, but actually no, but yes.
yes,
But really,
Exactly.
no.
But
but really no.
and
In the party, she wouldn't. Right now, you're here. No,
Because you asked me to be here.
yeah,
she doesn't force you to do things, but you could at least say, "I'm gonna try this." I don't know what to do here. I'm honestly feeling very uncomfortable. I don't know what to do or how to handle it. I am really sorry.
we can rewind that back a bit if you wish to take
Let's
a less aggressive stance. All right, reloading save file from a few minutes ago, and loading. Okay. Raiden's laughing at Monk. Oh, Raiden.
I wouldn't say it's safe, but he seems to enjoy going headfirst into danger. Danak, if you could find any more of these, I would appreciate it. Or let us know.
Well, this is the only one we found. We've checked the rest of the dig site that was found, and then nothing else has been found. So, the
Are there any other things that would be powered off by this car, let's call it?
I don't know. I've never seen this before. The storage manager's gonna kind
But
of
have you
look
seen...
to you, Kai. It's like, excuse me, young man, what was your name? The
Mordecai Jacobson Reyes, also known as Buzzard.
uh,
Call me whatever.
first name's fine. Mordecai. Uh, so since I'm not really sure about magical applications of things, I'm not an arcanist of any type. Just an archaeologist. Uh, do you think this has any risk of blowing up?
I'm gonna give it like a little knock, like tink tink. Does it kind of like vibrate a little bit?
No, just is just softly glowing right now. Just very
Don't drop
faint.
it. Don't drop it. That's all I would say.
Wait, of course not. Don't want to
This,
break it again.
Diana, this is Finnegan Harbinger. He's somewhat acquainted with the magic of the ley lines.
Oh,
I think he might also have an insight here.
well, well then it seems like you two are much more, well, knowledgeable and capable of just dealing with this than I am. Um, Miss, Miss Ness, I will, well, delegate, the continuation of this item to these two then, if that is alright. And she'll kind of like hand the box that it was held in toward to you, Kai. If you wish to carry it in that, for safekeeping to wherever you're going, she'll even kind of like roll up the map and tuck it in there for you. Uh, well, I'm going to get back to work and see how my fellow archaeologists' digs are going. We haven't had anything within the last couple of days, so we might be having to change dig sites real quick.
Just be careful out there, alright?
Oh, of course we are. We are dealing.
I don't want any more injuries.
That wasn't one time. Well, two. But still, the leg was able to be reattached.
The
The
leg?
yeah, it was
We're s-
it long story. They're able to walk just fine. They just have a little bit of a limp. The medicals people said that it should go away in a couple months.
Carson, I'm gonna roll a medicine. That does not sound right.
This is
15
still
plus
a thing.
8.
We're still on a our own leg. We can't afford to lose anyone.
Well,
And I care about my people.
we haven't lost anyone yet. We have a very well qualified medical staff here. And Kai, as for your role, yeah,
There's a 23.
that's limp is probably more permanent.
I'm just kind of gonna like lean in, just tell like to come in closer and closer.
She
Just
does.
a bit more.
Yes,
The limp is permanent.
that's what I feared, but we're trying to give him hope, you know.
I'll take a look at him and see what I can do to fix him afterwards.
Well, we've had multiple medics kind of looking at him. Uh, the leg's reattached fine. It's just, it can never be made the same as it was.
There's a difference between medic and doctor.
You're a doctor, but you look more like an inventor.
Okay, so let's go down the list of.
I've had Russell see to it.
Oh, Russell, the cleric, right? The one of Molove. Oh, I'm pretty sure he knows his medicals. He was a
Is the
medic
limp?
too.
Is the limp before? Is it as he steps or after he steps?
I don't know. I didn't really pay that much close attention. Just noticed that he limps.
Okay, first thing you need to do is figure that out, and from there you need to do a physical therapy to at least get the leg acquainted with the body.
Well, he's working right now.
No, he shouldn't be working. or that limp is going to become a lot bigger of a problem.
Oh,
He is now on from right now prescribed days off.
oh, oh, all right. I will go inform him then. Um, well, I will handle that. You three, safe journeys where you're going. Looks like your mage friend there is waiting for you to hop on his horse.
Anyone wants to give a quick catch up for Finn?
Was he in the chat?
Hello.
Yes.
Hey, Finn, how's it going?
Could be better. Let's go on.
All right. Well, sorry things aren't great. But so, to recap, you guys uncovered a small airship.
It's a pressurized airship for high altitude flying for about 30 minutes.
And have just
That about it?
found the power source for it.
Originally, it was
Oh.
Kai grabbing a wire.
Yeah. Kai is now drained of all of his magic for the day, and is got 1 point of exhaustion.
And Laya and Kai are being Laya and Kai. Take that how you will.
Getting along about as well as can be expected.
We need an adult.
Yeah, Serena's not dealing with that.
Nah, you don't
Nor
get an
Dara.
adult.
Yeah.
Cars, I
No
would like to
adults.
contact an adult, please.
That's why you're
Gara
there,
is hanging
Finn.
out with her mother, so yeah.
And Gar's on the islands too, just hanging out with her mom.
That's why you're there, Finn.
You're the adult.
Also, I'm
Excuse me?
close to killing him.
Okay.
Oh dear.
Cars, would Finn have seen this before?
We already, yeah. So
Yeah.
to get back onto that, so you have seen this before, as it was connected. Do you remember Alenessia?
Yeah.
Do you remember the things that make it go back up to power and then does all the fancy stuff?
Yes.
Ding 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 ding! Da 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 da! You won!
This is a ley line focus. It harnesses the power of the ley lines of the planet to power different things, whatever it's made for. In this instance, this is the power source for the airship.
A pressurized airship, now with cup holders.
Yeah.
Anybody take a look inside yet? Inside the airship or not yet?
Yeah.
Remember when
It
I
seems
told
to-
you Kai became the power source of it?
You both have.
We both
It
have.
seems to. It seems to be sort of better. You can probably charge and stick into the middle of as a battery fuel, and then fly the ship. And Kai was inside, inspected the ship, found that it wasn't broken. It wasn't even deteriorated. It seems to be in working condition and everything, and almost crashed into the earth by draining all of his magic. And we figured out that he needs a power source of a magical way of some sort, but the weave magic is not particularly efficient for this.
Oh, hold on. Hold on. It might be because I'm just tired. Did you just say weed magic?
Weave.
No,
Weave.
weave magic. It is just because
Oh.
you're tired.
Okay.
EA, intelligence-based magic, and any other magic like druidic, cleric, and stuff. I'm being told.
Anything from any
No,
spellcaster.
any magic, done.
Okay.
It's a different source of power, not a different source of magic.
Yeah.
The.
So we went to the storage unit where possibly we found a old power source, which was partly correct. Kai mended it. Now it started to siphon off a bit from the ley line, and that's how we figured out is a ley line battery.
You figure it out by licking it.
We figured out
Sure.
it was
I'm
not
sorry,
powered.
we figured it out by the color of magic.
That's pretty much it. What's happened so far?
Are you caught up, Finn?
I haven't seen one of these in a very long time.
Oh, well, additional last note. Now that we figured this out, Laia asked for a map of ley lines and where they possibly intersect near the islands or on the islands, and asked Finn if we can get there. Now we're caught up.
Uh,
He conjured
yeah.
a horse.
As Finn
Okay.
does.
So for him and Laia to ride, since Peace can fly.
Peace.
Sorry, not Peace, but sorry, Kai. Kai can fly.
Well, Nadim, you heard him. Peace now has flying speed.
Well,
I will wait for you. I will wait for you near the airship because I don't think I should ride horses while being pregnant.
Fair point.
Dr. Kai, is that a observation medically correct?
I'm sorry, but Finn, did you actually have to ask that question?
I am very tired. Between the Emperor, me building a new house, and studying legal code, I haven't had enough time to relax.
Okay, I have a question. What happens if you
Also-
take a child and shake him around really harshly?
I don't know. Another piece will pop out.
Do you want to
It
find
probably
out?
becomes as smart as Laia. Any more questions?
Oof.
Okay. For the ley line
Self-burn!
for the ley line things and other things of that sort, you're asking me to track down.
Here's a map.
Okay. This is gonna take a
You already
while.
have the map.
Here's a map, as in just go to this place.
Oh, wait, you actually already have
Yeah.
a map.
Yeah,
We've
Yes.
it's a ley line map that shows the ley lines mapped out for the islands.
You were there,
Okay.
Finn. Wake up. Wake up.
Wake up, samurai.
Alright. Finn is gonna go there.
Okay.
So, meet you next to the airship. Meet you at the airship. And she says that and miss away.
Okay.
Okay, how is horse riding not good for the baby? But is that good for the baby? That's actually
Do you
something I need to try to
do-
ask out.
Do you see why I asked, Kai?
Oh, also while you were gone, before the ship was about to kind of crash from running out of power after Kai literally drained himself of it, or to kind of get it out of the ground, Laia caught it by creating ice pillars and then just lowering it safely to the ground.
You know what? This is fine. At least it's not another instance of switching places.
She had no water source nearby to create ice with.
Still fine. Not switching places.
You will if she demands it.
Finn
And if
can
you fail a
create.
check.
Do you remember the time she created for you the magic chalk out of stone?
It's fine. It's not changing places.
That's forever scarred. Scarred him.
Yes. Yes. Because Finn, who studied magic for years, sees a person who has no knowledge of any magic yell, change places, and then shit suddenly happened. Okay. Finn is gonna Phantom Steed dash all the way there.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So as you guys head
Again,
to.
Since we did the math, Finn has the goggles, so he doesn't go blind.
Alright, so you guys head to the nearest ley line junction point here on these islands. And as you get there, carrying the large gem with you, Kai, you notice that as you guys get closer, the gem gets to glow brighter and brighter, kind of pulsating, slow at first, but getting faster and faster.
I see. Well, that's not going to stop me. Science stops for no one. Sometimes for Kai, but that's because he broke something. But we don't worry about that.
Okay. So, sorry, my nose is itching. Oh, there we go. So as you guys get closer, there you about maybe 100 feet away from the ley line. You guys together kind of carry the gem closer, and as you do, you guys can both see more of that energy just being pulled up from the very ground and flowed into the crystal. As you guys get on top of the ley line, you just set the crystal down on the ground and you watch as just multiple threads and strings of energy just waft up from the ground and arc from the air down into the crystal, flowing into it. And you watch as the crystal begins to glow brightly with a vibrant kind of bluish green energy. The bands on it laying off a golden light, and you can see the runes on them lighting up now. After about a few minutes, the threads of energy stop getting pulled in, and you can assume that this thing is fully charged.
Magic. Let's go back. Guy. You guys still here?
Yeah, still here. I am. Okay.
I'm here.
Oh, it's 12. Power cut out for the DM.
Okay. So, so you guys both will grab the gem, and you guys can head back to where the ship was on the other island. And we'll take a quick 5-minute break, wait for him to come back. Does that sound good with everyone?